This is a sidewalk, and this is also a sidewalk. I am in Morristown, Tennessee, and you would never expect that the only elevated sidewalk in the United States would be here. Why are these sidewalks here? Who built it? And are they actually cool? Hi, my name is Andreas. I love engineering. I'm a non-practicing urban planner, and I'm a real estate enthusiast. And this is How to Build a World. Morristown is an old railroad city that was established in 1855. And downtown is where the railroad, farms, and the market meet. And during the middle of the 20th century, cars started to get very popular. Downtown was struggling and things got even worse when College Square Mall was built outside the city. Downtown needed to do something, and a miracle happened because of a disaster. In 1962, the creek that flowed in the middle of downtown completely flooded and damaged many buildings. To rebuild, downtown had an opportunity to do something different. So they copied a very weird idea from Europe. This idea. The idea was a second-floor sidewalk right on top of Main Street. So it could be kind of like a mall, but they didn't want to disturb traffic from the actual street below. And the project was called SkyMart. The city hired a local architect called Hubert Bebb, and luckily for the city, funding came from the Urban Renewal Program. Interestingly, during urban renewal, most American cities destroyed their old downtown historical buildings. But Morristown was different. They actually wanted to save their old historical buildings, so they prayed that this idea would work. The sidewalk project costed $16 million, where $9 million came from the federal government, $5 million from the city, and $2 million from the local building owners. It took 2 years to construct, and the elevated sidewalks opened on May 4th, 1967. Without a doubt, this idea was super cool. Yet, it took a lot of drastic changes to make it happen. To connect the second-floor sidewalks to the buildings, the front facades had to be permanently attached. So removing these sidewalks is most likely never going to happen unless you want to permanently damage these buildings. And sadly, the sidewalks were built before people with disabilities were considered. So no persons in wheelchairs are allowed up here. And also bikes too, for good reason. As you know, this was designed in the 1960s. So this concrete structure will forever look like it came from this era. Sadly, not all the buildings in downtown survived. There are a couple of abandoned buildings attached to the sidewalks. And weirdly, at the very end of the sidewalks, it literally goes nowhere. In the end, downtown was not able to compete with the mall. However, because of these sidewalks, it kind of forced the city not to neglect downtown. And for 50 years, the city tried to register these sidewalks as a historical landmark, but failed many times. And I don't blame them, these sidewalks are not that attractive. However, they knew they would eventually succeed, because the sheer existence of these sidewalks is what makes them charming and unique. And eventually, in 2016, 50 years later, the elevated sidewalks officially became a historical landmark. Today, downtown is currently getting a small revitalization, and some of the abandoned buildings are being restored. Without a doubt, these sidewalks are very weird and unusual, but there's nothing quite like it anywhere else in the world. Thank you so much for watching.